The film look is a myth, or is it? The truth is, adding a look or texture after the fact to your film is not going to make it look like film. It really only goes so far. So how is it that you might talk about the film look? I used to shoot a ton of film 10 years ago, 5 years ago, but the past 5 years I have been shooting a lot less. And today we're going to change that. I guess that I've gotten bitten by the bug as I've been going down memory lane, looking at these old projects and talking about them. And so I kind of wondered if I took one of these new ideas, very nascent in development, and just accelerated it to shoot it on film. One of the things I realized when I pulled my camera out, it actually didn't even work, because that's what happens. These cameras all have old batteries, and the battery needed to be reselled, so I had to get it reselled. And my old tech, unfortunately, is no longer around. He was a gent. So I had to find someone new to help me out. Truthfully, like the Eclair NPR is really not the ideal thing to be going out and shooting a project these days, but it's what I've got and it works pretty well. So I've got a few things I've been kicking around, but I have this one idea that's in development that I was like, this could be fun to do, like a little micro film, a proof of concept. And I have these short ends that have been sitting in the camera for a long time, like a couple of years. It's probably about like 7 or 8 minutes of film. And really, if I'm gonna use this camera on anything, I need to test it. So it's been a few years, and it seems like it's all fully operational. When I got the new battery in, it was looking good, but I have not exposed any film on it, I have not tested any film. So that's the next step. And I'm thinking of something that I can just like try and put together in about a day. So I thought it would be fun. I'm gonna be documenting that process and putting it together. And that's gonna be a new project that should be coming through in like the next month or two. I'm gonna make a little series about it. But the question about the film look, I guess it's one that I'm hoping to answer by taking this approach that I am. A lot of folks think that it's all about, shooting on film in terms of what the result is. To me, I've always found it more about the process. So that's what I enjoy. Makes you just think differently. Even like this, as I'm kind of brainstorming this film, we're not gonna go out and just shoot a bunch of stuff. It's like, we're gonna have a very specific list of things that we need and a way that we're gonna be able to assemble and be able to hopefully kind of bring this thing to life. I'm hoping I can make it like 4 or 5 minutes, which means that there's almost no film to spare. So that's like always an experiment in and of itself. I was reading something yesterday where it was like, I think it was a forum or it was Reddit, and they were talking about like, oh, you gotta have 5 to 1, 10 to 1. When I shoot film, it's like 2 to 1 or less is what I aim for. Be completely prepared, rehearse it, know exactly what you want, because it's expensive, and also like I feel like it kind of makes everybody be a little more alive. Now you got to reshoot some things, that's just a necessity of it, but by being prepared, you can go a long way, and that preparation I think contributes quite a bit to like what does the film look. It's just more thoughtful. You can achieve a lot through the DI and through post-production, but fundamentally you won't need to have a vision for what you're doing if you want anything to look cinematic or filmic or whatever. And if you're new here, I'm sure you're looking for ways to improve your images, or you're a filmmaker or a creator yourself. My name's Remzi Atassi. This channel is about the art, science, and business in filmmaking. I talk a lot about, analog versus digital and different filmmaking in 26. I run a bi-weekly newsletter also called The Film Life, linked in the description. Same thing, it's about being a filmmaker, creator in 26. How can you make your own projects, films, and cut through the noise? So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. And of course, we're also gonna be documenting this film and the filmmaking process 16mm. So if that interests you, then there's plenty of reason to stick around. We're gonna turn this into a little series. In other videos, I have broken down the things that I think make the film look what it is, especially 16mm. It's the grain, the halation, the texture, the flicker, the shutter moving back and forth. Like all those things can be replicated somewhat in post-production. I actually think now in DaVinci, you can do most of these things quite convincingly. But I think it's the way that you shoot differently. Like I had someone who had said, your stuff on film looks a lot better than your digital stuff. Well, to each their own, but I think in fairness, it's like that stuff required a lot more preparation and focus. And so it makes sense if some of that stuff stands out a little bit more. And then the truth is, I'm kind of tired of the theory. Like I'm more interested in the practical element. And that was what got me into it before. When I started making films, I was a teenager and we were shooting on, anything we could get. So it was like mini DV or VHS or whatever, and film was always very aspirational. Once I got more access and experience and had built my career doing all this kind of digital work, which I still you know, it's the majority of what I do. I had always wanted to be able to shoot more film. It took me a while. We were buying and selling cameras and trying different stuff out until I kind of arrived at the Eclair, which was like a middle ground because it wasn't too expensive. We were able to get it modified for Super 16 and it's still quite serviceable. I am excited to see what we can get. I did get like one new lens. It was like $100. This like C-mount lens is I think a 25 mil 1.9. It's really soft. I looked at it on the Sony camera. It's like insanely soft at 1.9, but it can focus pretty close. The ingenue that's on it can't focus that close. So I think that will be kind of interesting and fun, and I'm excited to just like take another crack at it, being able to tell, you know, a new story. Like I said, it's kind of, I've got other things lined up, but this has now accelerated it because I'm like, oh, this is small and we can do it as a little bit of a test. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what we can put together. Obviously, I have given this a lot of thought. I do have my own looks that I've made. I've got 5 kind of film sort of look inspired. Maybe when I get this film back, I'll see if I update them with what some of these negatives look like. But yeah, I have this film pack. I've got, and it's kind of inspired by like 5 films that I love and 5 different film stocks. I've got the LUTs for free. You can download them, linked in the description. Maybe you'll find them useful. I've got them for 6 different cameras. And there's also like the power grades and the overlays, which are available. You can buy them there too if you want to support the channel, or you can buy one of my films on Blu-ray. Check it out. That's also linked in the description. So I'm really excited to see where this goes because I've been wanting to pull this back out. I mean, that's why I've had these short ends in the camera. I never pulled them out because I was like, oh, we'll just find something to do, and then years went by and I never did. So it'll be interesting to see, like, this is expired film. I think it's been mostly kept like at you know, a pretty cool temperature, like 60 degrees, but definitely not refrigerated. So it's probably gonna look quite weird and interesting. So maybe it'll make for a cool project. We're gonna find out. Gonna try and put this together and shoot it in the next couple weeks. So we will show you the process as we do it. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you and something you still want to see. If you do, you can always come back and check it out. These will be coming out in the next month or two. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.